What do you wish for?
Andrew Divoff is so cool, man.
I want him to start doing other people's catchphrases.
Did I do that?
I can't believe it's not butter. Welcome to Best, Less, or Mess.
We're the Shrugbuds. I'm Harvey.
And I'm Stiltskin.
And in this show, we watch, discuss, and decide whether a movie is the best, less, or an utter disgusting mess.
Yeah, like something that
gross.
just, is an abomination.
Yeah, if it's nasty.
So this particular episode is the first in a series we're doing. We're going to run the entire WISHMASTER franchise. That's right, all of them. Even those direct-to-video ones that I don't know if anyone's ever seen.
The third wish has been made. You must grant it and free your brothers.
And at the end, we're going to have a special video where we rank the series, we talk about everything as a whole, and maybe there'll be a few surprises too.
But, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's start with the movie that started it all. I'm talking about 1997's whimsical horror masterpiece, WISHMASTER.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk about this. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the log line here on the old Rotten Tomatoes. A gemologist unwittingly frees an evil genie that plays deadly tricks on her friends and acquaintances. Well, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all for it. I'm evil genies, acquaintances. I like them all.
Being an evil magic guy, this is a movie that seems right up my alley.
A little background on the film. It was executive produced by Wes Craven and directed by Robert Kurtzman.
Oh, shit. The guy who created The Walking Dead. That's awesome, man. How did they get him to...
No. That's Robert Kurtzman with a K.
Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk, like Captain Kirk, But this is Robert Kurtzman.
Who the f*** is Robert Kurtzman?
Oh, you don't know who Robert Kurtzman is? Give me a break. Do you even watch horror movies?
What has he done?
He's a special effects makeup artist that's known for films such as Evil Dead 2, Darkman.
I've heard of that.
Dr. Giggles. We're
Giggles.
talking Trimmers. We're talking pretty much everything that had an awesome special effect in the 80s or 90s. Kurtzman seems to have been a part of. And I think that he kind of made WISHMASTER his showcase for all the best and brightest special effects he could think of.
Well, one thing that makes this series kind of interesting, though, is it's about genies. I mean, there's not a lot of genie movies out there.
Especially not genie horror films. When I think of genies, I think of I Dream of Genie. I think of Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin.
I think of the Shaq genie.
Kazam. Yeah, a lot of people think it's called Shazam, but they're wrong.
Yeah, they're dumb.
Yeah,
they're dumb
wrong
and wrong
on that one.
Then there's that 3,000 Years of Longing where George Miller made like a hot genie that you want to
Make a wish.
He'll be staying for a while.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure exactly no one saw that movie.
I saw it because some of my friends are in it.
Oh, some of your genie friends?
Yeah, some of my magical people friends are in that movie.
So you just wanted to support your buds out there.
Oh yeah. That's a very weird movie, by the way, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, I don't know. You're kind of selling me on it. But yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot of genie-related stories out there, and usually that's for the best. It's kind of a stiff genre. You get a few wishes, you rub a lamp.
It's hard to take that stuff seriously, because it gets so corny.
Yeah, it's just, the structure of it is very old school.
Right. What do you think? Should we get into the review proper now?
Yeah. So what goes down in this film WISHMASTER?
The movie starts off with like a crazy party in the year 1127, which, by the way, was a really cool year.
I can imagine. Yeah. I mean, it was a time of pharaohs apparently, and decadence.
I think it was in Persia. Everybody had like cool scarves and hats on and stuff. But genies were just running amok. You know, they're doing evil stuff. All these people are like turning into snakes. There's horrible things happening, which kind of like sets the stage for the rest of the movie. That you know you're going to get a whole bunch of crazy wishes and prosthetics and gore.
Yeah, it really starts off with a blast of a scene. We've got all sorts of special effects that are like something out of Society. It almost starts off too strong. You're going, how can they top this?
Right.
a guy, his skin peels off, and his skeleton starts walking around, half CG, half puppet.
Oh, that was so cool.
Oh, it was amazing.
In a normal movie you watch, that would be all the special effects you get. That's, you know, and it's all crammed into a little like 2-minute scene.
Yeah, and so this is our introduction for the Djinn, which is a DJINN situation.
Yeah.
The Djinn, our titular Wishmaster himself, and he's kind of like manipulating this, I don't know, royalty figure,
like Pharaoh or something. Yeah,
he's got to get him to wish one more thing so he can unleash all of his Djinn friends and they can rule the world.
3 wishes granted to the one who woke him lets him open the gateway between the worlds.
New wonders, majesty. New splendors.
Yeah, once you make that 3rd wish, it's over for humanity. It's all genies, all the time, everywhere. So
yeah,
like, they're kind of setting up the stakes of the movie there.
And then we blast forward into the future.
Yeah, so like basically the Wishmaster has been trapped inside a little red gem at the end of that opening sequence. And so that's where we pick up is, you know, he's in the red gem and he's inside a statue that's being transported by Robert Englund, you know, Freddy Krueger, and Ted Raimi from Twin Peaks.
Yeah, he shows up and he's yelling at all these blue-collar workers.
Does the word dumbass mean anything to you?
Unfortunately for him, one of them was drinking on the job, and a giant crate falls straight on Ted Raimi, which is another delightful surprise.
Yeah, he gets smushed. He gets smushed real good.
So, someone takes the gem and they go to try to unload it at an antique store where our main character works.
The gemologist, she looks at the gem, she blows on it, which activates the genie somehow. I guess they wanted to avoid the whole like trope of like, oh, you gotta rub the lamp.
Yeah, and I like how they make their own rules for the genie in this, and they're not relying on other films you've seen. There's even a scene where they're talking about how this ain't no Robin Williams genie.
Forget Barbara Eden, forget Robin Williams. To the peoples of ancient Arabia, a djinn was neither cute nor funny.
Forget about Robin Williams, they say, which is pretty tragic now that he's gone. It kind of feels harsh. You're like, geez, I want to remember him a little bit, right?
I mean, at the time, in 1997, you could not forget about this guy. He was everywhere.
That's true.
He was birdcaging, he was jacking, he was Father's Day in.
I'm your papa, your daddy, your pear.
He was everywhere, everywhere you looked. So, you know, they're making their own rules. You blow on the gem, and it kind of wakes him up from his djinn slumber.
And one of the cool things about that is like, you know, because she was the one that activated it, even though he's not with her in every scene, she's like kind of psychically linked to him. So she's like just chilling out with someone else. And then like when someone else dies, she starts screaming hysterically in the middle of a scene. And that's a really fun little dynamic.
Yeah, it also keeps things moving and keeps things connected. Instead of the killer just off alone, knocking people off left and right, only to be discovered later, she immediately knows what's up. She sees everything happening just as we do. And I think that's a really fun choice.
But for a while in the movie, it's like the genie is trying to find her. So he's out there kind of menacing different people. And a lot of these people are people we recognize from other horror movies. He ends up killing Reggie from Phantasm.
He has a run-in with Kane Hodder, Jason Voorhees, in an unmasked acting role, kind of a rare thing.
I don't think so, asshole.
And that's part of the fun about this. I mean, I think, you know, Wishmaster, it really pays homage to all things horror. It's pulling in all these great actors you've seen in other movies.
And these aren't senseless kills either. He's like tracking people down, almost like a detective in a film noir.
I'm trying to locate an employee.
Like the killer actually has like a drive, which is kind of a unique thing.
Meanwhile, our protagonist, do we remember her name?
Alex Hamberson.
Alex Hamburgers.
No. Something like that. Is her name Alex?
Alex Hamberson.
She's doing all sorts of fun stuff, like, cock blocking her best friend and friend zoning him.
You are my best friend. Do you know how hard a friend is to find?
And teaching a bunch of kids to play basketball, but all the while haunted by the gory works of the jinn. And we've got some cool deaths coming.
I think we need to talk about that now too, because like the style of how the Wishmaster kills you is pretty funny. So basically the way it works is whoever rubbed the gem, they need to make 3 wishes so that all of his genie pals can come out and rule the world. But he can also just offer like random strangers 1 wish and take their soul in exchange for it. And he kind of forces people into making a wish. It's like if you're hanging out with him, he's like, oh, it's kind of hot in here. Don't you wish it was cold? And they'd be like, yeah. And then he turns you into an ice cube.
Oh my God.
Am I to understand this is not something you wish to see?
Uh-huh.
Very well.
But some of these take a while. He really has to work on a few of them. Tony Todd in particular.
Mister, you never even met my type before.
I am going through that door, and you will not stop me. Is that perfectly clear, doorman?
Doorman? The name is Valentine. Johnny Valentine.
I think it's pretty fun seeing Tony Todd, another horror monster of the time, facing off against the Wishmaster.
I mean, this movie's full of horror legends, you know, so it's just great to see everybody kind of showing up, doing their little bit, having fun.
And the Wishmaster himself, I mean, he is a pretty cool horror villain. He looks a little corny when you see him in full makeup. I think because they make him so buff. You know, he almost looks like a superhero or like a kind of Buffy the Vampire style.
Yes, he looks like somebody that Angel would fight.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But the actual actor, Andrew Divoff, I hope I'm saying his name right. Like, that dude is just great. Everything about him just oozes a weird kind of charisma that's very specific to that actor.
Going my way.
I mean, he's got chops for sure. They show him in some of these scenes, and they're right up in his face, and he's killing it. And another cool thing about how they sort of make this work, to maybe spare the makeup department a little bit, he decides to cut someone's face off.
Yes.
And wears it. Then he gets to absorb their identity.
Yeah. It's just really funny, the idea that you just manually have to chop off somebody's face and then you like put it on your face. I don't know. I was really laughing at that. There's a scene where like the Wishmaster imitates this woman, and then as it goes on, you slowly realize like, oh shit, she's talking to the Wishmaster in disguise.
It is kind of a fun game because the whole time this old woman is trying to get her to make a wish, and then you start to go like, who else tries to peer pressure people into making wishes?
Are you cold? No, I'm fine. Would you like me to put the heat on? No, just please continue.
And our protagonist, she's no dummy like a lot of, in a lot of horror films. She catches on to his game.
I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty, why do you keep trying to do things for me?
And she says, no, sirree, you're acting too weird.
Stop saying weird stuff.
Yeah, stop creeping
It's basically
me
the same.
out.
Like, the moment that they're face to face, like, the movie just really moves. I mean, she's driving like a maniac down the street to stop him from hurting people at a party, and the party scene is just insane. The climax of this movie has so many crazy special effects, so many kills. It's hard to even remember all the things that happened during that sequence.
Yeah, it's crazy because, as we said, the movie starts out super strong right out of the gate, but then it really does escalate with new ideas and new styles of crazy special effects makeup as it goes along, and the culmination of it all is really fun. You have all these statues coming to life.
Yeah, the statues are great. Yeah, and like Robert Englund is like, he's just coughing up a weird beast or something that's super disgusting, but the effects are amazing.
Oh God.
The main character, Alexandra's sister, gets trapped in a painting. Screamin' Mad George himself painted this painting of her.
Society's Screamin' Mad George.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And that's what forces her to finally make the third wish.
And the wish she comes up with is pretty clever, actually. She wishes that the guy who was drinking on the job that caused the accident at the beginning wasn't drinking.
I wish Mickey Torelli hadn't been drinking on the job 2 days ago.
She finds that moment in the butterfly effect where the djinn would be trapped in the gym forever. It's a pretty satisfying way to end this story.
Yeah, and it leaves plenty of room for the eventual sequels. He's like back in the gym.
Hey! No spoilers. I haven't seen the sequels over here.
Well, I mean, obviously he has to come back, right?
I don't know. Maybe they got a new djinn or his goofy cousin or something. You know, like
his cousin Wishy. And our lead actor, for some reason, she decides to date her friend after turning him down at the beginning of the movie, apropos of nothing.
Yeah, well, it just shows a little change, a little character growth. She's putting a hat on his head, and she's like, let's go to the movies.
She's straight up smooching him. She's like kissing him on the lips, and he's like, what happened? Whoa. Well, that's one thing that's a little confusing about the ending, is you don't know if she remembers what happened or not. Like, did she just change her mind and decide to date the guy? Or like, is it because she remembers that he died?
I got the sense that she remembers. Like, she kind of knows what happened. They're not super clear about it.
Well, maybe that makes it a better ending, that like, you're not sure exactly what happens, but you feel like you got a satisfying conclusion to the story.
Yeah,
so, if I had to complain about something in this movie, I do think there were too many forced jump scares. There's a lot of scenes where somebody's like, oh, look at this mask I found. Here's a jar of eyeballs. Like, it's kind of in the throw a cat at the main character zone.
I don't really mind it so much because they're not trying to make great art here. They're just trying to give you a good time. And they sort of sense things are dragging for a second. And they're like, not in my movie.
I mean, I guess I could see how that would work. If something's dragging, you like go, hey, look at this thing on my hand.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Yeah, see, you don't like it when it happens in real life, do you?
Wow. I thought for a second there that you were the Wishmaster.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheap gimmick, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, you won me over with that cheap trick.
However, now that I'm on the other side of it and I'm scaring you, I kind of like it. So I think we've completely switched positions here.
Oh, okay. Well, we all learn, live and learn. And now for the segment where we answer the question on every viewer's mind.
The question that anyone with discerning taste in cinema should be asking.
Are you ready for it?
Is Wings Hauser in it?
I need you to come 16 times in a night.
Wings
Not
Hauser
one of
in
them
it.
was good. That's because you got no womb.
Just tell me, is Wings Hauser in it?
No, sorry. No Wingshauser in this.
Yeah, not this time.
But Vern Troyer from Jack of All Trades and Austin Powers is in this.
Oh, God.
Well, okay, so I have a surprise for you, Harvey. There's a new segment I'm adding to the show without your permission.
Wait a second. A new segment?
Brace yourself.
Okay,
It's called Stiltskin's Best Part.
Stiltskin's Best Parts?
Just one part.
Wait, Stiltskin's Best Part?
Yeah, Stiltskin's Best Part.
You mean anatomically?
No, like the best part of the movie.
Oh.
Like, what's the best part?
Because you might want to rethink that title because it kind of makes me think it's like the best part of Stiltskin.
I don't think anyone is thinking that. I think everybody knows exactly what it means. All right, so we can pick what we think the best part of the movie is. So it can be a scene, a line, a prop, a character, anything. Yeah. So what do you think? What's the best part?
The best part of the movie for me is just the makeup effects. Is that a part? It's kind of throughout.
That counts. That's a part of the movie.
So I guess the makeup effects would have to be my best Stiltskin
Stiltskin's best part.
Stiltskin's best part. Harvey's
choice for Stiltskin's best part.
Harvey's choice for Stiltskin's best part. So Stiltskin,
Yes.
what is your choice for your best part?
The actor Andrew Divoff, again, I'm sorry if I'm not saying his name right. Oh my god, that guy is just a charisma factory.
Oh, he's awesome.
He doesn't even need to do that much. Sometimes just cutting to him and he's smiling evilly. Oh god, it's hilarious.
As you wish.
This movie is interesting because it almost like skips to Nightmare on Elm Street 4 or something, where the killer is already a charismatic, one-liner factory.
In a way, it might be one of the last of these great over-the-top 80s slashers, a decade too late.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen it come back, even to this day, in a successful way, at least.
Well, I'm calling for a new sequel. Let's bring Divoff back. He's still around. Let's get the more Wishmasters going. If they can remake The Fall Guy, that show that starred Lee Majors, why can't we have another Wishmaster?
I would say be careful what you wish for, because
I see what you did there.
It might suck.
Yeah, we might get like Ryan Gosling as the Wishmaster, and he's all dopey and like
somehow even buffer than the Wishmaster in the original film.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, modern day reboots, a lot of the time they lose the charm.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm always holding out hope.
I think we've covered pretty much everything except for the most important part, which is this movie the best?
Is it less?
Or a mess?
Or the mess?
Yes. Our patented rating system that is exclusive to us.
Yeah, we came up with it on our lonesome, and we're sharing it with you. So, best, less, or mess, as we've described before. We'll give you a little recap. We decided, either a movie's the best movie of all time, or one of the best, or it's less than that, or it's a total mess.
A movie that's less, it's not necessarily a bad movie. It's just less than the best movie ever made.
Which is a lot of movies, to be fair.
Yeah, a lot of movies. And messes can be good, too, because sometimes a mess, you watch it and you're like, oh, that was bad, but I had a really good time. So.
Yeah, so a mess could be good, or it could be bad. Two sides of the same coin.
We're going to do a countdown here, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to say what our ranking is at the same time. All right, are we ready? 3, 2, 1.
Best.
Yeah. Yes.
What? We
Jinx.
both think it's the best. I mean,
we think it's the best.
Really, it isn't. It isn't really the best film ever.
No, it's not like Jules and Jim or something. but I think for what this movie is, it's the best example of it. This kind of like blockbuster video rental VHS era horror movie. It's hard for me to think of a better example. Outside of the greats like Freddy, Jason, that kind of stuff, this is just so perfect.
It's just trying to be the most entertaining film it can be. And I think it really succeeded there. So, yeah, I would say that Wishmaster is one of the best.
I mean, can you imagine a modern horror movie that gets in and out in 90 minutes, super quick, delivers everything you want, and then just says goodbye? This movie went by so fast, I couldn't believe it was almost over, by the time we got to the climax.
It moves, and you could tell they're trying to do everything they can to make every scene interesting, and if it's not, they're out of there. On to the next.
Yeah, and it's like the lead actress does everything she needs to do. I love watching her scream. She's great at screaming.
Yeah, the cast is good all around,
I think time has been kind to this movie. If you're watching this in 1997, you might not appreciate it for what it is. But now it's just like, oh, this is a cherished gem, a little red gem in a museum somewhere that you're like, I'm so nostalgic for this kind of film. And it's great.
If you're looking for something kind of goofy and some silly horror that's not going to keep you up at night, but is going to be a heck of a fun time, definitely check out Wishmaster.
So, I mean, that was a pretty good first episode. Maybe they're all this good, right?
This is a good way to kick off our Wishmaster series. This is the only one I've seen, so I'm hoping that they're going to go strong.
It's kind of cool to be reviewing these retro movies on the set.
I almost feel like Siskel and Ebert. I mean, I wish I could know what they thought about the Wishmaster.
Is that a wish?
Yeah, I wish I could know. I wish I could know what those guys thought about Wishmaster at the time.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for, Harvey, because it's about to come true.
Wait a second.
I couldn't contain myself. The Motion Picture Academy may not reward
Siskel.
comedy.
Oh my goodness! It's Gene Siskel.
I loved it too, Gene.
Wait a
Although
second.
It's not on
That's
my
Roger
list of the top 10,
Ebert.
but it is one of the most entertaining films of the year. And this was the number one grossing film from overseas in America this year, which shows that
Wait a second.
struck
Am I
a real
trapped? Am I
chord, a
trapped
chord
in
of
Siskel and
sympathy.
Ebert's?
Oftentimes
It smells like popcorn in here, which is nice at first, but then it gets really overwhelming. Why did I say Wish? And I just watched the Wishmaster too. I should have known better. Stiltskin, let me out of here, please. No, I'm trapped in a TV or something.
I wonder what else is on.
Ebert is brought to you by Nestle Raisinets. At the movies or at home, Raisinets.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you click like and be sure to subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe right up here. There's a button.
Yeah, look at that.
You can press it.
Look at that beautiful
don't be
button.
afraid. It's not scary, and it
Feels
won't
good
even
to
charge you
press it.
nothing.